listener. You're welcome to another episode of Victoria Speaks. So I was just thinking and meditating, and then I was thinking about John the Baptist, how he died, how John the Baptist died. John the Baptist died in a demeaning, in a cheap way. I mean, for a child of promise, an angel appeared to both of his parents. His father was a priest, so he came from a very spiritually strong background, and he was a child of promise. He was the forerunner of Christ. That on its own. And then he fulfilled destiny. He did what was expected of him to do. He was born to proclaim the coming of Christ, which he did. He did everything he was supposed to do. And John still died in the hands of Herod. If you don't know how John died, I'm going to tell you. Maybe you've not read a part of the Bible. John the Baptist, first of all, he's a forerunner of Jesus Christ. He came and proclaimed that Jesus is going to be born to save sinners. He proclaimed that Jesus will be born, that a Messiah is coming. Okay? And then he died in the hands of King Herod. Because at the time, King Herod took his brother's wife to himself, and he confronted the king and said, "This is wrong for you to do. It is not good that you took your brother's wife. It's morally wrong." And then he was arrested for this. He was arrested and put in the prison. One day the king was happy. He was feeling good and he held the party, and the queen's daughter, the princess that would be, she danced, and she danced a lot. She danced so much. The king was so impressed that he told her to request for anything, even up to the half of the palace that needs to be given to her, half of the kingdom. And she went back to her mom, as a good daughter that she was. She went back to her mom and asked and told her mom about this and said, "What should I ask for?" The mom said, "Request for the head of John the Baptist," because she was spiteful. She felt spited, and then I guess so she requested for that, and she went back. The daughter went back to the king, and the request was granted, and that's how John died. John died when Jesus was alive. That's the part that beats me. Okay? Is the part that beats me, that Jesus was alive when John died. He knew he was in prison and he did nothing about it. And then I was just thinking, in this contemporary time of ours, if it were now that this happened, many people would have doubted John's ministry and would have thought that he was fake, that he was a liar. Because if you proclaim that this man is the Messiah and is gonna come and is coming, and he came and he watched you die, he watched you go to the prison and die, then maybe you're not real. But that wasn't the case. John actually was a real prophet. He was so real. And what this has taught me, what I got from this, is that sometimes things happen to people. And you wonder, did they sin against God? Do they have secret sins in their lives? Didn't they pray enough? Or didn't they serve enough? Is there something they didn't do? Only God knows. Only God knows. He does what is best. He does what is best. He is in charge of the universe, of everything, of the affairs of men as well. And he knows what he is doing. So sometimes he turns the other side, and sometimes he rescues. He knows what he's doing. I believe that John fulfilled destiny and it was his time to die. Maybe he shouldn't have died that way, but I believe it was his time, and that is why he died that way, and that is why he died then at that age, which is why Jesus didn't try to save him, because he was born to proclaim that Jesus is gonna come to the world. That was his whole purpose, his whole destiny. And Jesus came. What else would he have been waiting around for? What other message would he have? Would he have to proclaim when Jesus was already there and Jesus was gonna die soon anyway? So although he rose up from the dead, but he was not going to be on the earth in the physical form. So what else would he be doing on earth? So I strongly believe that he fulfilled destiny. He lived fully, and it was his time to die. I just felt he shouldn't have died that way. But then this story, just like so many stories in the Bible, I love the Bible. This story it's interesting how stories in the Bible you can relate it to things that happen around. So this story just makes me think, like it's just like the Job story as well, that God is aware. He knows even when things don't look like the way it should look like. Maybe this person prays a lot and they do that and they are righteous, but why are they going through this? He is not deaf, no blind. He sees, and he knows what's best. It's a consolation for me. So I don't know if you're out there and you have questions and maybe you're grieving, or you just have questions on your mind about things going on around you in your life and the lives of your loved ones. Just know that Jesus is present in every situation. You can keep calling upon him for intervention. Keep calling, but don't give up, and don't be offended. At a point, John was offended. He sent people to ask, "Are you the Messiah, or should we look for another?" It was a sarcastic question. It was a rhetorical question because he knew that he was the Messiah. And Jesus said, "Blessed are those that are not offended in me." It takes the grace of God to not be offended, to just know and believe and trust that He is there, that He sees, He hears, and He cares. And I want you to know that today. May the Lord be with you. Grace and peace.